top of the throne. I ain't a king, not a pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangsta and hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't send for me, just.
And Charles Davis.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the hook up for the first time with Herman Moore. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So Herman Moore, his first grab of the game, and back in his day, he shattered all the Lions' receiving records.
And he did it with a number of different quarterbacks. He was the target for defenses to adjust to. And I guess the best way to put it is Herman Moore, that guy, could play in today's game and be just as successful.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I think it all came together there. Breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Mayfield. And this is caught. Herman Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far right now.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kyler Murray set to lead this Cardinals offense, and he led them really well in Week 11. Now, it was a loss against San Francisco. That was a tough one on the road. Look at Kyler Murray's numbers, though. 24-33, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, and then 67 rushing yards, and he had a score with his legs as well.
Yeah, and how about him elevating his game against the best that he sees this year? Because this San Francisco defense, one of the better ones in the league, they've only permitted a quarterback rating of over 100 or better twice this year, both of them by Kyler Murray.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back. Push him back.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the defense. And he will have a touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now Dawson for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are visitors to take over on offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Hey, alert 30.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 36 yards on the play. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Dawson's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the book. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. First down, Murray. Johnson's got it complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on second down. Murray, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 76 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility, but we see them, they're more like striders, right? There's a smoothness to them. When I watch Baker Mayfield, everything is sharp, hard, aggressive, and he turns it into a big-time shot downfield and a monster play.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. That's fielded in the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. The 30. The 20. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk, 77 yards. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. And it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. A little juke. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. One running.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Rodney Gunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's got his target. That's more. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, Charlie.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And that is caught. Herman Moore. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 76 yards. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
You know, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Throwing on first down is Murray. And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Murray. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. Throwing now is Murray. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh? Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their second-year quarterback. It was the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner, as most of you know, and that's Baker Mayfield. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Oh, refusing to go down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
Mayfield on first down. It's complete to Golden Tate. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Golden Tate, 48 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Leading the Texans here onto the field is quarterback Deshaun Watson, who had a rough game. Well, the team had a rough game last week in that 41-7 loss to Baltimore. But let's focus on Watson. 169 yards passing, no touchdowns, and an interception. And he got sacked 6 times against the Ravens, Charles.
And I think what I focus on in that game is I'm used to Deshaun Watson leading a charge in the second half, in the fourth quarter. And that never materialized. But that doesn't mean he hasn't had a great season so far. But the stat I keep coming back to, he had never lost a game by more than 8 points in his career prior to last Sunday. That's pretty impressive, too.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. There he goes left side. And all the way in for the touchdown. He returns the punt 60 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that makes the score 21-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense coming back out here. And, Charles, back in Week 11, we talked about that loss, 41-7 to Baltimore. So now, look, they're neck and neck at the top of the AFC South. It's going to be interesting to see how this division plays out. They definitely need to do a better job, though, of keeping Deshaun Watson upright if they want to have a chance to win this division.
Yeah, sacked 6 times in that game against Baltimore, and he has to do his part as well by getting rid of the football and helping out his linemen. But how about this 3-game stretch at home? Remember, they're trying to prevent a sweep by Indy, and then the winner takes the lead in the AFC South when that game happens, and then they host New England and host Denver. This is 3 games that should define their season.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man, the tight end falls. And it's a fumble. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop from accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown. Tariq Cohen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive.
And his first carry, he loses the football. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and 2, Watson. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On the return is Cohen. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Throwing again on second down. Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check, 180.
Check, 55 to Mike.
Run.
Rush in. Check 37.
Quick dance. Come. Watch.
They'll run forward with Tariq Cohen. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
And now out comes Houston. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 74 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
This one fielded at the 5. Powers through again. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Again, it's Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Watson, and the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Boy, another big. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry! Hey, alert!
Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your...
And it's caught. Touchdown. Herman Moore there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it, and the best part, it made it pay off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And now off to the races, down the right side. And Williams is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Hitchens gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Mayfield on play action. He completes it to Tate. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Working out of the gun, Mayfield steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Mayfield looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but now it's third and goal. So it's third and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. And he's got it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And Dawson's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And an alley to run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more. Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On first down, it's Cohen. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. Greg Olsen, nobody ahead of him. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Mahomes to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them. Oh,
they get to the football. It's blocked. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Cohen. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They run. This is Cohen. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a first down. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Mahomes to throw once more. And it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Mayfield now going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, there to knock it away. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get